She may never say it directly, but her body language quietly reveals everything. The only problem is that most men never learn what they're actually supposed to notice. Right now, somewhere in the world, a woman is sitting across from a man, silently communicating exactly how she feels about him, not through text messages, not through obvious flirting, not even through words. Her body is already speaking for her. And the craziest part, the man usually has no idea. To him it feels like a normal conversation. He assumes she's simply being polite, friendly, or social. Then later, after the moment disappears, he says something like, "I honestly couldn't tell if she liked me." But that's rarely what really happened. If you've ever experienced something like this, pay close attention, because by the end of this, you'll start recognizing attraction before it fades away. More importantly, you'll understand when a woman is not just interested, but emotionally opening herself to you on a much deeper level. This is all about awareness, because long before words ever appear, the body begins revealing the truth. Let me say this clearly. Most men don't lose opportunities because they say the wrong thing. They lose them because they completely miss what is happening right in front of them. Female psychology is often subtle, quiet, and deeply subconscious. Research in behavioral psychology shows that women frequently communicate emotional and romantic interest through body language long before they ever express it verbally. In fact, some studies suggest that women can display numerous small attraction signals before the average man notices even one of them. That's the key thing to understand. These signals are usually automatic. They are not manipulative tricks or calculated strategies. They are natural biological responses that happen when comfort, attraction, and emotional connection begin developing. So today we're going to break down 4 parts of the body that women often unconsciously reveal, emphasize, or position differently when they genuinely like a man. And the final signal is especially powerful because it changes the meaning of the entire interaction when combined with the others. But before we get into the details, there's one important truth you need to remember. The human body is terrible at lying. Words can be controlled, smiles can be faked, but the body almost always leaks the truth eventually. That's exactly why this matters so much. Let's begin with the first area most men completely overlook: the neck. Not simply the neck itself, but the way she exposes it around you. When a woman tilts her head slightly while listening to you, when she moves her hair to one side, revealing the side of her neck, when she stays relaxed in that position, that usually isn't random. From an evolutionary perspective, the neck is a vulnerable area. Exposing it subconsciously signals comfort and trust. Her body is quietly saying, "I feel safe here." And safety almost always comes before attraction deepens. Without emotional comfort, real intimacy rarely develops. There's another detail most men never notice. As attraction increases, women often begin touching their neck unconsciously, light fingertips brushing the skin, adjusting jewelry slowly, letting the hand linger for a second longer than necessary. These tiny actions happen naturally because the body instinctively draws attention toward areas associated with vulnerability and closeness. And here's the important part. If she exposes her neck while staying physically close to you instead of leaning away, that's usually a very positive sign. Her body is communicating comfort. She doesn't feel defensive around you. She isn't trying to create distance. It may seem small, but this signal forms the foundation for everything else. Attraction grows from trust and emotional ease first. Even the slight tilt of the head matters. It's one of the oldest signs of openness and attention. A person becomes slightly less guarded in that position. It's the opposite of emotional resistance. So if she's tilting her head while making eye contact and genuinely listening to you, it often means far more than simple politeness. Now the second signal is even more subtle: the inner wrists and hands. Most people miss this entirely. When a woman feels relaxed and emotionally comfortable around someone, her gestures begin changing naturally. Her palms open more often. Her movements become softer and less tense. Her hands stop protecting her body. Why does this matter? Because the wrists and palms are also vulnerable areas. When people feel nervous or defensive, they subconsciously hide them. When they feel comfortable and engaged, the opposite happens. The hands become visible. The gestures become fluid. The body relaxes. You may notice her casually resting her palms upward while talking, gently touching objects near her, or moving her hands slowly and calmly instead of tightly crossing her arms. Sometimes she might lightly play with a bracelet, adjust a sleeve, or rotate a ring or watch, while staying engaged in the conversation. These are tiny details, but they often reveal emotional involvement rather than boredom. Her body is releasing nervous energy softly instead of shutting down emotionally. And when these hand gestures appear together with other signals of comfort, they become far more meaningful. Now let's move to the third area, her legs and feet. This is where many men misunderstand body language completely, so pay attention carefully. I'm not talking about clothing or appearance, I'm talking about direction. Feet are surprisingly honest because people rarely think about controlling them consciously. If her feet are consistently pointed toward you, if her knees naturally angle in your direction, if her body keeps aligning itself with yours, that's usually a strong sign of attention and engagement. Her body is literally orienting itself toward you. As attraction grows, you may also notice subtle movement, gentle leg shifts, small adjustments in posture, relaxed crossing of the legs, or soft movement in the feet. This isn't negative nervousness, it's energy, presence, engagement. Now here's the important contrast. When someone feels uncomfortable or wants to leave, the feet often point toward exits or toward other people before words ever reveal it. The body begins creating distance silently first. But when her feet continue returning toward you naturally, it usually means she wants to remain emotionally present in the interaction. And finally, the fourth signal, the most powerful one because it connects all the others together, her full body positioning. When a woman turns her torso fully toward you, shoulders, chest, and center body aligned in your direction, this is often a deeply subconscious sign of trust and emotional focus. People instinctively angle themselves away from discomfort. Attraction tends to do the opposite. She may lean slightly forward. She may adjust her clothing near the waist or midsection. She may hold her posture more openly around you. And when this signal combines with the exposed neck, relaxed hands, and feet pointed toward you, the message becomes much clearer. Her body is essentially saying, I feel comfortable here. I'm emotionally engaged. I'm open to this interaction continuing. And this is important to understand. One signal alone may simply mean curiosity. Two signals can suggest attraction. But 3 or 4 signals appearing naturally together often indicate genuine emotional interest. Now let's be honest for a moment. Why do so many men completely miss these signals? Because they are not fully present. Physically, they may be sitting right there, but mentally they are trapped inside their own head. They're worrying about what to say next, overthinking their appearance, trying too hard to impress, replaying mistakes from the past. Their attention is focused inward instead of observing what is actually happening in front of them. Meanwhile, the woman is quietly sending signals of comfort and openness the entire time, and by the time he finally relaxes, the moment is already gone. The biggest thing you need to understand is this. Attraction is not created by perfect words. It is not built through constant performance or forced cleverness. People feel energy more deeply than they listen to rehearsed lines. If you are calm, aware, grounded, and emotionally present, women sense that naturally. If you are tense, disconnected, and seeking approval, they sense that too. So, stop trying to control every moment. Instead, slow down. Observe more carefully. Stay emotionally present. A man who notices what everyone else ignores does not need to chase attention constantly. Not because he became someone fake, but because he finally started seeing reality more clearly. And one last thing about these signals. They are not invitations to rush or pressure someone. That's where many men go wrong. These signs simply mean emotional openness may be developing. Your job is not to force anything. Your job is to maintain comfort and connection. Stay calm. Stay engaged. Allow the conversation to breathe naturally. Pressure destroys attraction. Comfort allows it to grow. Sometimes the most attractive thing a man can do is simply remain relaxed enough to let the moment unfold on its own.